is Anita's talk show, and you all welcome the audience, those who are present here, and those who are going to watch it as the recording. All welcome on my show. And today's guest is none other than a special guest, Gita Ramachandran, and she is a success and leadership coach. You're welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, Anita. I am privileged. I am honored. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am, to spare your precious time with us. She's the best to give the answers because of her experiences, of her education, date she's learning. This is the special part of her personality. And before I start, I would like to define her in one word, that is a woman of substance. We should say that she's a woman of substance, a capable, intelligent, and a virtuous woman, and is more precious than jewels. Her worth is for above rubies. So today we are blessed and honored, and that she has graced our platform today. And with that, we are going to come up with questions so that we can know more about her and the work which she is doing. Social work also she is doing on her part. That blessing for our earth to have people like her. On the behalf of the audience out here, that ma'am, you have been very high positions, more than 36 plus years in your service as a working professional. How would you project the working scenario of the woman and what all experience you have gained?
Thank you very much, Anita, for this introduction. Thank you very much. I was the first lady engineer for Bharat Petroleum. It was way back in the late 70s that I joined. Those times, ladies never took up engineering. So I was one among nine of us in our batch. So my journey started like I seen an advertisement in one of the newspapers and I applied. There was no gender mentioned in that. This was only qualification, all your marks and all that. So I came, and when I stepped into the office, I went to the admin department. The person asked me, she looked at me, I was in sari. Later on, I realized they did not expect a lady to come for the interview. So that is what I'm saying at that point in time. Then my interview went off very well, and so I got my job, first job. So I became the first lady engineer for Bharat Petroleum. Now,
Wow.
when you become the first lady engineer, there are challenges. There are no restrooms. People are not used to seeing a woman on the shop floor. There are certain things which they will look at you, stare at you. I'm not used to all that, but I went through those challenges. And then also sometimes they will ask you to do certain things to know whether we will do it, like climb up. See, I'm an electrical engineer, so I was posted in the workshop. So one of them asked me, there is some problem in the control gear which is on the top, and you have a rope ladder, something where you have to climb up like that. You can understand how I would have felt. But I started climbing, I reached midway. They said, "No, ma'am, we have already solved it. Please come down." Or they will ask you to go overhead where, you really find it very difficult and
Very,
challenging. And I also ride a bicycle on the plan. So somebody came and told me, "Ma'am, don't do that. We will take you in the Jeep." So I had to learn. I was the first one to drive the Jeep, which our department got at that point in time. So like that, what I'm trying to explain to you is that I was all ready to take up challenges. I did not want anybody to say we have taken a lady and she is not doing all these which are required. So that's why I just explained that as a first lady engineer, you have to set the path, because if you don't set the path and you don't become an example, then the next generation will not get a chance. They'll say, "Oh, we observed a lady as an engineer and she was not uh, doing this or doing that." And so that is the first thing that I wanted to mention. And that's
right.
how my journey started in the organization. After that, I have always taken up challenges. I have always tried to do more than what any person could do, for which you can
Yes,
imagine in the late
yes, yes.
beginning 80s,
Yeah.
no internet was there. So I used to, devour books. When I was traveling to the office, I found people selling second-hand books. So I will buy that and I will read it. And that is how I started learning all the management lessons. So I would do all
Brilliant.
that to know how I can lead team, how I can empower my people. All those were from the books which I read.
Hmm.
So I went on reading as well as developing myself and being more and more productive and showing that I am very reliable when it comes to delivering results. People started trusting me and giving me more and more assignments rather than saying that she's a girl. Some of them said, we don't want to think about her gender now. She's delivering. That is what is more important. And that's how
Wow.
I started growing in the organization because I
Very.
really worked on myself. And the main thing which was always bothering me was that because of me, somebody should not be deprived of the chance when they come for interviews. And after
Oh,
that, many lady engineers were taken. I'm glad that I started the path for them or
wow.
set the roadmap for them. Has been my endeavor to see that I don't fall back anywhere. So I never refused anything which was offered to me, even staying late at sometimes, in the plants when we are going to commission the switch gear, you have to see that there are no sparks or anything coming anywhere because so there was a emergency once in one of the plants and there was fire. So I was about to commission, I had taken all uh, permissions to commission the switch gear, and
Okay.
then I got the message that there is a fire and everything had to be. And then I had to wait till the fire was moved at that and all clearance was given. And then I commissioned it at about 8:45 or 9 in the night and then went home. So I didn't want anybody to tell at that point that she's a lady, she left. It's running on the other bus. You have to commission whole. So that time if I switch it on, there can be some instances. So, like
Hmm.
that, for everything, I always used to be very, very careful and see that because of me making any mistake, somebody else should not be told or said. So, you had to set an example at all points in time.
Right. So, in a sense, you became a trailblazer, right? This is really an appropriate word which I was thinking what I should use here now.
Yeah.
Perfect example of a trailblazer. After becoming an engineer, and now after you have retired after so many years, now what made you to come into the coaching world? That is very surprising.
Emptiness within me that what is this? What are you doing now? And that is when I saw the advertisement by Som Batla and I applied for. I got an idea. As I told you, I used to read quite a lot on leadership and self development, becoming a manager, becoming a leader. So
Right.
all those notes were there in and I started reading and then I thought, okay, this is what I need to. I developed myself by going through all these notes when nothing was available. Let me now put all this into my book. That is why I wrote my first book and our team became winner of the first publicathon by AFH Group.
Yeah,
So that is
right.
how I started becoming an author. But now coming to the question of becoming a coach, after writing, even after authoring for some years, again, I started thinking that it is passive. If people read it, then they may make some change. But how do I really ensure that people get transformed? And that is when I decided to become a coach. And I learned life skills from Pooja Punit and, of course, digital skills from Siddharth Rajshekar. And then I decided to become a coach. And I found that I have understand that I get gratification by helping people, by transforming them. And what I was doing initially as a mentor in my organization, Bharat Petroleum, the same
Mhm.
thing I'm now doing to those people who come and join me. I
Oh,
mentor them, I coach them to become a better version of themselves. And in the career space, I help them to step into leadership roles. To
oh,
others, those who are joining me, I help them realize their goals because that
mm,
is my flagship program, Dream, Design, and Drive Your Destiny. So if you
mm,
have a goal in mind, I will
mm.
help you to realize that by planning the steps, designing the steps for you. I'll help you design and you achieve your goal. And as and when you go on achieving your goal, you have your destiny. Whatever it is you want, you start achieving the same. So that's
Yes,
how I became a coach, and that's my way
one
forward.
Wonderful, wonderful. The audience who are watching this should note it that whenever you are getting stuck in your success or moving towards your leadership roles, you have got the best mentor today on my platform. So you don't have to search anywhere. So the mentor is here, and your success is definitely 100%. Right? You're a woman of strength, courage, and dignity. And if that does not make you beautiful, then I don't know what does. So, if it is a beauty, like beauty with brains, also we can call, and really, ma'am, you are beautiful both in and out, really, as a full personality. Whatever you have taken up, and you are fulfilling all your dreams, and the best and the spiritual dream is to help others and to help the younger generation. There's Gyan Academy. I've come to know that it is the academy which you have to bring in more and more new people inside and drive your destiny also. One of your title is there. I want to know more about it.
And you want to fulfill your dreams. So dreams are basically, just without any, you just dream, but you have to make it into a goal where there is a deadline, and there should be some plan to achieve it. Your goal can be anything, like, in our case, we were writing our books. We want to finish the writing, edit it,
Yeah,
then put the cover, and then publish it. So that's one of our, but there are other things also that you may have a goal. You want to have a better relationship with your parents, with your children, so which you are satisfying. So when, like, there are other dreams, like you want to run the marathon, you want to get some this thing in the physics Olympiad, many goals will be there. You want to
right.
crack the CAT exam. So when you
Mm,
have a dream and when you set it into a goal, and you design what are the activities which are required for you to reach that goal, and you reach it step by step and celebrate. So that design part covers that, where you prioritize what is required, because you will have so many things and then you don't have clarity on what you have to work on. So all that setting of the dream, designing, prioritizing, planning, all that's come in the design phase. And then when you are starting to execute, you find there are setbacks, there are things which people tell you, and then many things which will put you on the one back step. So what happens? You don't execute, or you stop. So all
yes.
those things, that is, you need to have the drive to execute that. So all those resilience, all those are covered in the next part. And then that's how you achieve your goals, and slowly you carve your destiny. So I take people who have some dreams in their mind and they don't know how to reach their goal, how to achieve that. And then after achieving, also, you need to keep on achieving. Okay, today's goal will be this, and next one will be another one, next one will be another one. You see Elon Musk and all, what all dreams they have got, and how they're setting the goals and achieving the steps one by one by one. So that is what I help people. And in the career space, they want to step into a lead portion, then they want to step into a CFO or a C-suite. Some, all those dreams, I will help them to achieve it with my fundamental principles. So I have my courses and I have my coaching. So both together, I ensure that they reach. And I'm putting different programs which will help them to achieve that. See, I
Mm,
also do my video editing, and posters on my own. I've learned everything, and I want to, when I learn something, I like to teach other people. So when people approach me, I teach them all those skills also. So this is dream your destiny, dream. Then you design the path and you drive it to achieve your goal and carve your destiny. The tagline: drive your destiny.
let the people of all ages come to you, or women or men, what kind?
Success and leadership coach. As a part of success is achieving your goals. I know that all of us have dreams, but the leadership portion is basically for mid-career professionals in the age group of 26 to 45. where they have all their challenges. Working on yourself alone will not matter. Your
Right,
interactions matter, your collaboration.
right,
When you lead the team, there will be certain path that you have to see. Your conflict, you need to conflict. It's not you
exactly,
alone. It's
exactly.
also the team. It's also stakeholder management, those who are taking service from you. It's also senior management, your bosses. So, in addition to managing your teams, your peers, and your bosses, meeting the objectives of the organization, all this comes in the next level, which is leadership. So, I am a success and leadership coach, embedding life skills because I learned that life skills and soft skills, and my one on one habits and things like that, success habits. So these are all combined into making a person a leader. That is for the success part. For the leadership part is career professionals.
You as a woman who will not give up on her dreams, regardless of her many obstacles stand in the way, right? You're going to make everything very clear, crystal clear for the coming women as such, particularly removed all the gender biases. So this is a real effort which you have put in, and I think the new generation, the new women folk should learn. And I think this is just an example you have created for the future generations.
Yes.
And now coming up to your spirit, I really love your spirit, ma'am, that how you are taking up your work forward, what all you have done in the previous time. So, as a parenting coach, I'm very inquisitive that how has been your childhood and what influenced you that today you are in such a strong position? Because what I feel as a parenting coach, that it is the type of parenting which the child needs in the correct time. Any kind of
Mm.
situation he's put in, he's strong headed. Especially a strong headed person can only go for all kind of challenges which are coming in their lives, right? And the way your mindset and the way you carry forward everything, you are you were a leader in your workplace, and now again you are a success and leadership coach. So I don't think it is just a mere, few years job. It may be, the beginning might have, the seed might have been sown by your parents. So let's listen something about your childhood journey, which has made you so strong and so lively.
Anita, last time when I met you, you told me that you are the daughter of a defense personnel.
Yeah.
I am also the daughter of a defense personnel and also a person who was there, fighting the army in three battles. Okay, the Chinese aggression, Indo-Pak War, and then the final one, Bangladesh that time. So you can understand as a defense personnel, he gets transferred quite often. I have studied in 5 different schools to pass my 10th standard. So as and when you shift, sometimes it is a under promotion. When you go there, they say, no, you have to learn all this. We cannot. And
Yeah.
then after studying, you get
And
double promotion. It has happened to me. I went
so,
there. This no, you don't know Hindi. From here, I went because in one of the wars, my dad was posted in Jorhat, and we
oh,
had to travel all the way back to Kerala because we can't be where the
mm,
war is going to happen at so
right.
Chinese aggression time it was because that
Yes.
time so we had to go back to Kerala and so not knowing Hindi or English when you after the
Okay.
war is over and you're taken they said no, we cannot put you in
Take
the
care.
same class and you have to go one below and
Below.
then you feel so odd about it and you
Oh,
work hard.
yeah.
I got double promotion, so I came to the next class. That is where I started realizing the importance of hard work. You have to do, and then again you get transferred, and then again you have to move out from
Again
there.
change.
So every time this is happening, what is happening is you start building the skills. You
Skill.
say, resilience, the grit, the determination. That
Hmm.
I will do it. I can do it. I should do it.
Determined.
Those things
Right.
start coming into you. And
correct.
When I was going for engineering, people said, "Ladies are not, don't go for engineering. You won't get a job after this." What is it? So again, that determination comes into picture.
Comes into
So
picture.
like that, you start building. And when I joined the organization, people would say, "Arey, this is just a perk for you. Your husband will learn. What is this?" And then again, it sets you. How can you say that? My work also counts, and I'm going to do well. So you say over a period, you start building the type of determination, the type of resilience, the type of I will do it. I will. So that is coming to me. So every time now people say you are so old, how you can do it? But then I don't
Correct.
want to give up. I want to say yes, my age is just a number, and I'm going to
Yeah.
do it. And today
Correct.
I have learned all the skills which coaches probably are learning, and I teach that so that
Very, very.
there is everywhere. When I was put into BORL, it was a new field, totally new for me, where I needed to learn things which I had never learned before. And then again, this initially that resistance is there. Let me be here. I'm comfortable. But then I realized that you cannot remain in your comfort zone. You have to step out into the fear zone and the learning zone and then do it. And that is what has made me successful, I should say. That every time I come into the situation where I feel that I'm going to get pushed behind many years, I step over it, learn, and then do it. It off and
Yes.
step up. Forget all this. You
This,
can do it. You
this
will do it.
this is the only spirit which makes you move forward, right? And I think all the parents who are watching this thing should really click them that how we are supposed to make our children resilient and determined, and these are the certain qualities which are not taught in the school,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
are not taught by the parents also. They cannot be taught. It is only the circumstances which we put our child into. The child himself or herself learns it. Virtues in the children which the parents should throw towards them, so that the child becomes so resilient that whenever the situation changes or they enter into a challenging situation, instead of getting worried or getting upset, and you know these days, ma'am, you have or might have also heard that people, the children go in stress, they go in depression. Now
Correct.
why can how and why should a child go in depression? It's
Right.
strange that the child doesn't know anything, he's innocent. Why does he go into depression? He's going
Yeah.
into depression and stress because of the older people around, the
Yeah.
circumstances which we are keeping the child so protected, helping him at every step. I've
Yeah.
seen mothers today, they even have not taught their child to tie the laces of the shoes. They tie them themselves. Now, such a petty thing, if you're helping your child at every step, how would you dream even to get your child to become determined
Yeah.
or resilient? It's no point.
No
You are
point.
just throwing the child into a well. Now, can you blame the child for that? I don't think so. The child
Yeah.
is not to be blamed if he doesn't know even the petty household work. He cannot even polish his shoes. So,
Right.
total blame goes to the parents. They are so
Yeah.
grown up, they should understand that you are not going to remain with the child for long.
Um,
After some time, the child is going to have his own life. Caring is okay. That right. It's the duty of the parent to care for the child. But if you start over caring, there the trouble starts.
To make the child to learn, do things on their own. Yeah, that's very, very important.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Right.
And your story gives a powerful message that the way you had developed your resilience and your determination was not every time your mother or father are consoling you, something like that. It was not there. Actually, it
Yeah.
was the child, you yourself as a child had to be a winner in all phases of my life. So it is a natural, you can call the situation is giving you.
Yes.
So it's a very powerful message which Gita ma'am has given all the parents. Think over it, that what kind of situations we are giving. We are just giving buttons to our children, right? There's a switch at our places. Lights are on. There's a switch. TV is on. So we are just handing over switches to our children. We are not. If we want strong children, need to put them in a little pressure
Right.
instead of giving them a smoother path. Who are watching, they should take this strong message episode, that if you have become parents, I don't lead the child.
Yeah.
Let him move. At least he can become a decision maker of his life,
Right.
right?
Right.
Like Gita ma'am has become a decision maker and leaders in her program. So this is the one of the loveliest part which I really enjoyed about your childhood time. It was really very inspiring, ma'am. As an author, spread all your light and your wisdom through your books. You are trying to convey everything, whatever you have in your heart, in your mind, in your subconscious mind also. You might have put it across in your books. So I
Yes.
would like to, we would like to discuss something about your books. Which was your ma'am first book, which really made you an author, which you felt proud of it?
The first book is Skyrocket to New Heights. It's
Beautiful.
Skyrocket to New Heights. Yeah. This is what I told you in the first publicathon.
Okay.
I was leading the team. We were 10 of us, and then I was really going blank, not knowing what to write. So I started referring to all my notes which I had made years back. That people today, they want to develop themselves. They don't know which book to refer to. So this is the book where it tells you everything about being effective, changing your attitude, being committed, being self-disciplined, all those qualities which a person needs to transform themselves to achieve great heights. The name is New Heights, Skyrocket to New Heights. So it became a bestseller, and there are a lot of reviews on Amazon. All the I have put my certain life principles which have worked for me, and which generally which I follow today also. All those are put in this book.
Right.
My learning has not been from internet at that point in time. It has been from all the books and magazines and papers that I gathered. I still have that collection of the paper cuttings which I had kept. It used to come in something known as Ascend on the Times of India. And
Okay.
I used to read a lot on developing myself to take steps by following all what people are telling. So that is how I developed myself, and no role model because I was the first lady engineer, nobody to go and talk to understand or know how you have to go about. But today I'm there to guide and make people their own brand. How can book again that is skyrocket teams to incredible heights. So as I told you, I became a team lead. So I realized how developing my team and getting them to perform and how what I have to do as a
Correct.
leader to ensure that they work. So
Correct.
it's generally people think that you have power and position, then you are leader. No, that power
No.
itself you have to change it to empower. EMPOWER, add empower to it, and empower your teams to become. So this book has everything where it talks about what a team leader should do, what a team member should do, and what are the processes that you should set up to become a incredible team. The next book I thought, people were always in the author community, people were always asking questions. I had studied the full material and I was knowing, and I was also doing research and finding out more and more information. So I thought there should be some book which they can refer to, and that is how I wrote this Self Publish Your Dream book.
Self
It has
publish.
everything, how to write, how to set your environment, all those feelings that comes to you when you start writing, your imposter syndrome that you get, what are the topics you have to select, how to draft, and how to edit the three process of editing, and then how to go about publishing, how to get the money after publishing on Amazon, and for regional languages, the links where they can publish, because in India they don't publish the book. You have to, it gets published So how you can publish it in India? Everything is written in this book. So people who have read this book,
Let's let's
they have
have it.
some messages
Let's
that
have the complete view of this.
got it. So this book is for any aspiring author.
Hmm.
They can go through this and they can write their book. Many have written to me that they refer to this book and they have been able to publish. That is also put
Yes,
as reviews there. They have put it there.
yes,
And a person who writes reviews on book, he wrote to me saying, "I'm referring to this and writing my book now." Write my
excellent,
book, what I'm planning. So this
wonderful.
helpful to people. So this is the third book, and then of course I was a part of Siddharth's community. So he has put a blog where he wanted us to write. So on our transformation that has come in this book. It's a so in this also I my
Beautiful.
article has come. So these are
Correct.
my books. So this
Very
and
nice.
now I'm writing few where one is on soft skills, so
Hmm.
that people when they have interaction, when they try to collaborate, when they have to resolve conflicts, when something known as emotional intelligence, which is very much required for a leader. So
Right.
all those soft skills which people need to acquire to become a lead. I've started the book. I'm yet to complete it. And there are the challenges, so it's just kept me away, but it will be coming out soon. So
Very
that's.
nice.
But I bring out ebooks. Quite the number of ebooks I have brought out because when I
Okay.
feel the urge to write and publish something to make people aware of this, I cannot restrain myself. I need to write. So writing it as book I could achieve that. So I want other people also to achieve their dreams, fulfill their dreams, and achieve their goals and carve their destiny. Coming back to
Very
my flagship or tagline, dream, design, and drive your destiny. So I
awesome.
want
Awesome.
anybody who's aspiring to be somebody to maybe go through these books or join me so that I can help them to achieve their dreams, help them
Wow.
to become a leader themselves,
Beautiful.
help them to
Beautiful.
manage their teams, aspire for something more than what you are today. You think you are limited, but I'm telling you, you're not limited. You are limited only by here. You change it and you will be able to shine.
Yes.
Take help.
Yes.
That's all.
That is why I'm calling you a woman of substance, na? Because you know your mind. You are solid, well rounded, and
Thank you.
along with that, gracious and kind depicts your kindness also, and the grace in which you are things and your knowledge forward is really very graceful. Time doesn't allow, but really, I feel like keep going on and on with the questions, and the time is not, permitting me. So, in the end, I would like to ask you one single question: that the parents, the modern parent today is struggling with the parenting aspect a lot,
Hmm.
and you cannot blame the parents also, because the changing scenario of the society, the modernization and the insecurity which the parents are having, this is very, crucial. We keep on telling that parents don't do this, parents don't do this, but what can a parent do? It is the first duty to protect their child, and that only, doesn't permit them to, move forward as the previous generation parents were. They were quite, free. They never used to check their children. They knew that in the society everything is okay for a child. So this is the only factor which I think. And what kind of advice would you give to today's parent, that how can they bring up the children in such a manner that it should be, though it is, parenting is not easy these days. It's very challenging,
Yeah.
more challenging than the previous generation, right? And the parent have got to work on everything. There were joint families, everybody was the part of the child's learning. But now that is also not present. The time doesn't, allow. It is not, you cannot blame anybody. But now, how could you give a little bit of tweaks to the parents so that their journey of parenting should become a bit, at ease? That is what.
Thank you, Anita, for asking this. I have raised two children. Both of them are engineers. When they were who can be seen as examples, for other people. So they are doing quite well. They are in US, and they were very good in the curricular activities also. So it's not only studies that matter, everything else mattered, including so what I want to say is that for parents, one thing today, children are getting distracted with many things. They are not able to focus, and they get
Yes.
lot of information. They know more than even us. So you ask them, so they have potential. What we have to understand is that they have a lot of potential. Their intelligence is far, far more than what we were having intelligence. Their knowledge is also more. They get lot of information. So the
Very true.
first thing that they have to do is only to channelize and then teach them certain values which we followed. For us, respecting our seniors was very important. Today, that is not there. So
Yes.
today, when children come, they speak in that way that it is not. We used to respect our parents, our elders, our so that even whether they know as much as us or not, whether they are as rich as us or not, whether they are so competent or not, we used to respect them. I used to call
Yes.
the member who was doing, you can say a peon in our department. We used to call them Mamaji. Our servants or those who work for us, we used to call them with G. No, respecting seniors should be taught to children so that they will start valuing what you are telling them. If you
Right.
need to incorporate some sort of values in them, and then I won't say keep them away from social media because it is not possible. Once you give mobile to them, they are already getting into that. So maybe you can restrict timing. Maybe you can give them as a this thing, but start there are apps to start curtailing how they go into different this one also. Those are things which as a parent you can keep check, but not by making them really, if you tell them don't do this, they are definitely going to do it. You have
Yeah.
to talk about stories. You have to tell things which will make them realize what is important and nice.
Mm.
Curtailing it totally will not work because today they know how to get over that, and then when they don't get it, they become depressed. And as you say, all that other bad habits start forming in their minds. Because it is very important what friendship they and getting to know that is very important for a parent today. In today's, we did not have to do that in our generation, but today the
Right.
parents need to know what
Me
are
too.
the who are their friends, what type of friends they have.
Yes.
But
Yes.
that also, if you start questioning, they are not going to answer. So it has to be taken as a friend. You have to talk as a friend and get that information when they become teenagers. But otherwise, you have to start instilling values in them, what is very important for us.
Very
So when you
important.
instill values, they grow up with that uh,
Right. Right.
without
Right.
without putting so much of control. When you start putting
Right.
control, then they try to come out of that.
Then they
That's
try. Very
yes.
true.
I don't know
Absolutely.
whether at work for me,
Yes.
we were instilling a lot of values in children.
Right. Right.
We didn't like when people did not behave properly with elders who come to our house or
Yes.
even outside.
Yes.
From childhood, if you start telling stories of Abdul Kalam, then the child gets that
Yes.
feeling that I need to be somewhat like this. The stories
Correct.
will make a difference in their lives, and it is possible because you get books, you have some time to read from the internet. Once you read that and you start talking about it, and then also having certain quiz type of sessions in the house, which is a game, have a
Mm.
family game where people feel that all of us are together. Because I used to have games. We used to say, if you finish all this, we'll sit and do our carom. We'll sit in
Oh,
the carom board and play
yes.
carom.
Yes.
So some
Right.
things like that we used to do, but today I don't know whether it works or not. But you can have a family time where you start. I was
Yes.
working, 20 years.
Yes.
8 to
Yes.
10 hours I'll spend in the office. So there was some time which was family time which you can spend where
Yes.
you start talking about good incidents rather than the politics only. And then
Right.
maybe one or two questions. These are all small, small things which can be done, which slowly you will find that it builds a different type of the child starts having a different approach because he's not getting this outside. He's getting only negative things from outside. So how do you do
Ab-
that in your house? That is
Absolutely. A systematic approach needs to be there in the parents. If they don't have time, even then, if they can spare just half an hour or 15 minutes, I think it's more than enough. The
Yes.
child becomes happy and it forgets everything, right? That
Right.
my parents have are giving me 15 minutes. They are so precious for the child that you even cannot understand. There's a story behind. I've heard one of the stories that two parents were there in front of a principal, and one parent was a laborer and the other parent was job doing person. He was quite reputed, and the son of a laborer, he first in his class, and principal was asking him, why your child, you may be teaching him a lot, how come, how can you afford this much? So he says, no, we both are laborers, we are always there, the whole time we are there, till in the evening we come, and father says my child is already sleeping whenever I come. Very surprised that a child is sleeping, then how could you teach him such good values, and he's so good in studies? What the father said, that it was the when he was sleeping, I just used to whisper in his ears
Hmm.
that you are a very good child, you are a special child, and I think, sir, that made the difference. So,
Yes. Right.
right. So I think parents don't need to do anything much. It is only the way we put it
Yes.
across to the child, right? If
Right.
suppose some parents are so busy, like you were only saying that you were so busy in your job was so demanding that you may be feeling, sometimes you may be feeling guilty also that you are neglecting your children. But even then, as a mother, women are always guilty that they are giving something short to the children, right? It is a innate quality of a mother that
Right.
she's not satisfied that how much she's giving, and she's
Yeah.
always feeling horrible in her
So
heart.
true. It
Yeah.
was that. Hmm.
Yes, as a working mother, you may be understanding it more
Yeah.
perfectly. So this is the only way, the way you talk to the child just for a minute, the way you convey to her some example, and you just give it a correct version of that, there the child is ready to take it.
Right.
You don't have to give lectures. You're very intelligent, too
Yeah.
intelligent. And I think parents should understand this. The child is a new being. It is
Hmm.
only what they see, they learn.
Yeah.
You don't have to, dictate things to the child. It's
Right. You are
automatic.
right. Same. Yeah.
It's yeah, it's but natural. The way the father is walking the child, the son also learns how to walk.
Hmm.
I've seen many, boys. They, if the father is putting a hand on the pocket, the child is also putting the hand in the pocket.
One thing which we have to understand that the child is watching
Yes,
you. What
child
you
is
do, they do. So you must be an example. So if you're
right.
looking, you're all the time on your mobile, the child is also going to be like that. So you can't tell them. What you don't do, you tell the child to do, it's not possible. So you have
Not
to be example to your child. The same thing in leadership also. We need to be example. I always felt that, they are watching me. If I do something against and something different and I tell them to do this, they are not going to do that. So as a
yeah.
parent, that is very, very important. Parent
Yes.
is the one who the child sees every day
Hmm.
throughout their life. You have to set an example.
Yes, and
You're very
he's the role model. He
yes.
doesn't see anybody else. Usually,
Nobody
parents
else.
keep saying, "Na, we are not living in a good society." Then what? It is not the society which influences the child. It is the parents who influence the child. So
Yes.
this is
Yes.
a very wrong notion, and the parents are frustrated and they are, very confused. And especially these days, everything is in the television, but they are not learning from television. This is
Yeah.
the basic thing which I wanted to convey through this. I got an opportunity to sit with you and to talk to you about this thing. And with that, I would like to end it. And I don't want to end it abruptly. I just want to end it again in honor of the guest today we have got. With that, beautiful lines come into my mind that a rare and a beautiful woman is one who wears the fragrance of honor and grace. And it is not that a beautiful woman needs something facial, beauty. It's the honor and grace which the woman carries, and she's a woman of substance whose essence can change the world all around her. And I think, Gita ma'am, what you are changing the world around you in a very effective manner. And I wish the world is full of women like you, so that our younger generation will be the best ones, and our future generation will grow by leaps and bounds. And with all those golden nuggets which you have given us today, we are very happy and blessed to have you on a show, and we would like you to come over on a show next time also.
Anita, you are yourself incredible. So thank you so much for imparting so much of information to your parents. You are doing a wonderful job. And thank you, audience, for listening.